Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen, and I'd like to introduce today my Pan That Palette or Pan Those palettes, which is all face palettes for 2025. When I say all face palettes, I was panning 5 and I am now down to 4 because I have removed a palette from my collection, or from the collection, absolutely, but also from this project. So as I go through them, I will let you know which one I decluttered from this collection and project, and they won't be named again after this. So the first one that I want to talk about is the Too Faced Little Black Book of Bronzers, which is this guy right here. And just fair warning, my child is in the room, which is why I have you guys like smushed up against this corner, because he likes to come and stand like over in this corner, and I just don't want him to make an appearance. So I've moved everything kind of over, and so I'm kind of squished against my storage area. But this is the Little Black Book of Bronzers from Too Faced. It is incredibly old. More old than I would like to say. But this is what it looks like on the inside. And my goal, as you can see, I have pan in this one, this one, this one, and this one. And my goal is to use this until I feel comfortable, and then I'm going to let it go. After this year, it will no longer be part of my collection. I'm extremely going to miss this. It's just such a great palette, and I'm sad that I let it go for so long and didn't use it and just kind of held on to it until I realized its potential and like what I could use this for and like how beautiful it looks on the face. Every single one of these matte shades here has bumpies in it, and I'm just not about that life. Also, there is bumps in this one, so I will no longer be using this one. So that leaves me the leopard one, which is called Pink Leopard, which is like a very it looks like a very like gray toned bronzer. But once you see it on, it has a lot of redness to it because of the pink. So it looks a lot better on the skin as a swatch, like as a, like put it on the actual skin rather than just like going in with your finger. The next one is called Beach Bunny, which is right here, which I would love to own again. But unfortunately, I don't think Too Faced makes Beach Bunny anymore. But this is what it looks like here. And this is such a beautiful, like, kind of, I'm trying to get some of the darkest shade of it to deepen it up a bit, but this is what it looks like here, which is so beautiful. And then last but not least, we have Sun Bunny, which is obviously my favorite of all of them. And I've used most of this. I'm going to try and get both shades on here. But this is my favorite out of all of them. And I have Sun Bunny in a single in my collection. You're probably not going to see much of that, but it's right here. It's probably the lightest out of all of them. But I do like them all, and I do wear them all, and sometimes I go in all three and just put them all on. And the reason that this one here is darkest is because it does have a lot more of that deepening shade than, say, this one or this one, and I've used a lot of that deepening shade in that corner there, so it's really hard for me to get in there. But this one has the darkness all over, plus that pink, so it kind of gives it a little bit of a gray with the white shimmer in here. It kind of gives it a little bit of a gray look to it when you just like swatch it like this, right? It looks gray, but when you actually put it on, it's so like pinky toned. Like it's so pinky toned, which is, it's really pretty, honestly. And I kind of wish Too Faced would bring back some of their bronzers. I feel like now bronzer is kind of like an in thing. It's like contouring's out, bronzing's kind of like into bronze up the face, and it's kind of like bronzing now. So anyways, I do want to use this. I do want to reduce the amount of product I have on this shade, and this shade. So we'll see. It's not going to last that long in this project anymore, and it's not going to last a lot longer in my collection either. But we started the project out, it was at 207.75 start weight. At the end of January, it was at 204.05, and now it's at 203.79. So I'm definitely getting pretty consistent use on that. And I don't know how well I'll be able to do with that. I try and grab it at least like 5 times a month, but I'm also panning another bronzer, which you'll see in a second. So the next one I want to talk about is the one that has the bronzer in it, and that is the Becca Sunsetter Face Palette. And I picked this up at Marshalls for I think $15. So it was a really good deal. And it has 2 highlighters, 1 blush, and 1 bronzer in it. But the highlighters are really small. It's just this one is for a lighter shade. This one's for like a deeper shade, or you can use it as like a blush topper. Really, really pretty. But I'm currently using this highlighter right now. You can see that's very much more matched to my winter skin shade. But in the summertime, I will be dipping into that guy. And my goal is to pan this completely if possible. So even if I don't finish this in 2025, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm saying that. Even if I don't finish this in 2025, I will definitely continue it on into 2026. But this is what the blush looks like, which doesn't really look like a blush there, but it does when you actually wear it on your cheek. And then this is the bronzer. Let me get a better swatch here. There we go. So the blush and bronzer are really pretty, and they wear really, really nicely on the skin. And I do like the highlighters. So all around, I'm impressed with this palette, and I'm happy that I got a chance to use it. And I love that the bronzer is a shiny bronzer because I like those the best. So, or like a reflectant bronzer. So we started out 202.76 at the beginning of the year, start January 1st. As of January 31st, I was at 201.33 grams. And then now I'm at 200.82. So I am, again, seeing some substantial use on this. Now, I will say in February, I was sick for 10 days and did not wear makeup for 10 days straight. And that's on top of like on the weekend when I didn't wear makeup like 1 day a week. So there was quite a chunk of February that I was missing using makeup, and I could have gotten a lot farther in February, but my health had another plan for me. So we'll see how the rest of the year goes, but I don't want to make super big goals like I did in January. So for this next one, this is the Wet n Wild Dolce de Leche face palette, and it looked like this. No, it's not completed. I told you guys in my last update that I was going to take the product out of this and put it into my Smashbox container, which I did. So the initial starting weight for this packaging, which is super light, was 62.5, and then I got it down to 58.61. I had substantial pan in the contour and quite a bit of pan, new pan in the under eye setting powder. And then I moved it into this, and it went to 87.58. And I filled up, there's 3 circles in here, I'll show you in a second, but I filled 2 of the circles up with the under eye setting powder and 1 of the circles up with the contour. And at the end of this month, I'm at 85.01, and this is what it's looking like now. I don't want to waste that product. Hang on. A bunch just came pouring out of here, so let me just drop this back in, and I'll repress that later. Hang on a second. There. I just don't want to lose it. I really like this, so I just want to make sure that I'm using it as functionally as possible. But this is what it looks like right now. As you can see, the under eye setting powder, I've used a lot of one of the circles. I actually thought I could have got this done by the end of February, and I probably could have if I didn't get sick and if I didn't film early. I'm filming a couple days before the 28th of February, so if I continued on till the very end of the month and if I didn't get sick, I probably could have completed this. But not the whole thing, just this one, and for sure this one. But I have another month at least left of the contour, so I will repress that. And then, of course, I'll continue to try and finish this one, and then I just have 1 more of them left. So it is a little crumbly. I don't have a pressing tool, so unfortunately, I cannot press all the air out, and then it starts to crack because there's still air in there and it just kind of crumbles. So I'll do my best to repress this. I'm trying not to lose as much product as possible. So I'll definitely repress this as soon as I'm done filming this video, but I'm currently at 85.01, and my goal is by the next month to have, like end of March, is to have hopefully this completed and for sure this completed. So I would really like to see a huge jump. I actually use this to set a lot of my face because it isn't like, it is really, really whitely powdered, but when you put it on the skin, it doesn't like stay white. It sort of like blends away, especially if you have a foundation or whatever you're trying to set. It almost like melts into it and sets it. So it's interesting, but it's definitely brightening, and I'm pale enough right now that I can kind of pull that off, and then maybe I just use a little bit more bronzer to make myself look a little more sun-kissed. So that's where I'm at with that one. And then last but not least, this is the one that I was kind of like, I'm definitely glad I brought it in, but I'm also like, I should have just waited and used all of my products instead of just trying to finish one. But I think I can have this finished before the 6-month mark. That's a big goal. But again, I'm trying to push myself, but I'm also not trying to like hinder progress and like put my like too much on me. But this is the Ilia Multi-Stick Face Palette, and it's a teeny tiny one, but it's all cream products. And this is what it's looking like right now. So as you can see, I have a pan in. There's one I have a pan in, I think, or I used to. Oh, yeah. There's a teeny tiny itty bitty bit of pan in there, but you probably can't see it. It's not clean. It's right there. It's not that like clean because it's a cream product, but you can kind of see it. So anyhow, I'm not using this very much at all. I'm probably not going to consider this part of this project. So I'm going to do the rest of the 5 and then consider this completely used up, because I just don't like this kind of a cream highlighter. It's just not for me. I prefer liquid to blend in with my foundation, but I don't like to put this on the top of my cheeks. So I'm using the 4 blushes and the bronzer. And this started off at 85.33 grams, and it went down to 84.13 at the end of January, and it is now at 83.49. So from 84.13 or 84.13 to 83.49. So I think that's really good. I'm really happy with that. That means I'm actually getting consistent use on this, and to start at 85.33 and be now at 83.49, that's almost 2 grams of usage in 2 months. So I'm happy with that. And if I can stay consistent, I'd like to get this bronzer done by at least the end of March, potentially by the end of March. It looks like there's not a lot of product left, but it might take me 2 months to finish that. And then I'd like to use this one more because it looks like I haven't really used that one as much as the other blushes. And who knows, I might even dig this one out because I'm not going to use it, but we'll see. Anyhow, I'm really happy with the amount of use that I have on this, and hopefully I can get this completed. I probably wouldn't ever repurchase something like this again. I prefer the sticks that I can just kind of put on my face or on the back of my hand, just something that's like not... I have to like dig this out, put it on my hand, and then mush it around with the stick to like get it emollient, because it'll warm up with my skin, and then go in with my brush and pack it on, and then like it's just a lot of work and it's just unnecessary. I always use up almost everything that's on the back of my hand, so I never go overboard pulling product out, but still I just feel like it's unnecessary, and so I wouldn't repurchase anything like that. But getting good use on everything. So I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Let me know in the comments. If you don't know what to leave some kind of a flower emoji. I love flower emojis. And let me know what you're working on in the comments. If you don't mind, I would love to hear that. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!